I tell you what, our boat's finally come in.
What do you mean?
A couple of women have moved in next door.
Oh, Jesus, tell me more.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I know they're foreign.
Right, have you seen them?
No, but Squints McCabe from the Pumps says they're lesbians.
Oh, from Lesbania. It's one of them Eastern Commie Bloc countries.
Right, yeah, but who cares where they're from? Why don't we just go round there and knock on the door with our tools in our hands?
What?
In case the place needs fixing up.
Oh!
I thought it'd be a good way to get in.
Oh, very good, very good.
You know what, though? I'd love to go off somewhere foreign. To one of them uninhibited holiday resorts.
Oh, really?
Where young 18 to 30-year-olds would flaunt their naked, hot-oiled
Rodge.
flesh, and they're flaunting their naked nipples.
Will you shut up, will you? I drink from a hooer's slipper before I'd embark on a holiday to hell.
But I was thinking more of the Costa del Sol.
It doesn't matter where you go. You'll probably never make it home.
Huh?
Just like Michael Scratcher.
Mickey Scratcher?
It was a month before his ordination.
Oh, I never knew he was a holy Joe.
Oh, yeah. And his mother was so proud of her son going to be a priest. Because thank God one of her sons was doing something decent with his life.
That's right. Yeah, I heard about the brother, Willie Scratcher.
Yeah.
He was a no-good gobsheen. Forever in and out of trouble, that fella.
Anyway, Mickey decided to go on his first ever foreign holiday. And the last before he became a priest. He wanted to go on a pilgrimage to South America and visit the tomb of Saint Recta of the Seven Ninjas. That's a fierce faraway place to be going. Said the fella in Sputum's Travel. The only thing I've heard about there is, whatever you do, don't use the taxis. Mickey packed his bags and left on his little adventure the next day. Only his mother made it to the airport to see him off. His brother Willie was nowhere to be found. When he arrived, there wasn't a bus in sight.
I suppose he used the old taxis.
Yep, you see, it was a fierce backwards place.
Bit like Roscommon.
Yeah, a very pleasant local man walked up to him, you see. My name is Pinos. I am your hotel special taxi driver. I will take you to your place of stay. Then Mickey threw his case in the back seat and headed off. The taxi weaved through the streets and came to a sudden halt outside what seemed to be the local police station. 3 armed police ran up to the taxi and reefed Mickey out of the back. The taxi sped off and Mickey was dragged inside.
He must have shat himself.
They went through his belongings as Mickey tried to communicate with them. None of them spoke a word of English, until one of them pulled a clear plastic bag out of Mickey's suitcase and said the word opium.
The feckers had planted opium on him.
He was stripped naked, beaten up and cavity searched.
Oh, jeez.
And thrown into a rat-infested, feces-strewn cell. 3 days later, he was dragged out of the cell and brought to a makeshift courtroom. A man came over to him and put his hand on his shoulder. My name is Pinos. I am your lawyer. You are in muchos trouble, senor. Let me explain the way things work in these parts. Uno, you are accused of drug trafficking, and this is punishable by death. Dos, your embassy will not assist you in drug-related cases. On tres, you must plead guilty. But I'm innocent, cried Mickey. If you plead not guilty, you will die without trial. Plead guilty, and the judge will show you leniency.
What happened?
He pleaded guilty and was hanged by the neck next morning.
What? Jesus, that's harsh. I thought the judge was going to be lenient.
He was. You see, Mickey died a quick death rather than a long, drawn-out, torturous nightmare. His body was sent home to his grieving mother. It was a big funeral, and even his brother Willie shocked everyone by turning up. The locals had thought he had turned in his ways as he stood by the graveside right into the night.
It's a bit late for regrets.
The next morning, the mother went up to pay her respects to her son and was confronted by something a mother should never have to see.
What?
Her son's grave desecrated and the rotting corpse torn apart. The weird thing was, his insides were all missing.
What did the mad brother do with Mickey's insides?
Nothing. The insides never made it back from South America, as they had been substituted for 30 kilos of pure opium. Willie had set the whole thing up and used his brother as a corpse courier. With a street value of 20 million, A bad bastard was never seen again.
Jesus, that's shocking. Hey, I just thought of something though.
But,
Those lesbians have come an awful long way from Lesbania. They must be starving.
yeah, if it's one of them Eastern Bloc countries, I'm sure it's been ages since they've had a bit of meat inside them.
Yeah. What could we do for them?
Oh, how about a tongue sandwich?
That's a great idea.
Is there any meat in the fridge?
Oh, I'm sure there
We'll
is.
sort something out there. That'll do them grand. I'm sure they'd be very impressed.